Oh, come on. Not again. Bill, what have I told you? Yeah. Give me that. Okay. I want you to behave yourself over there. Don't get inebriated just before the show, okay? All right. You behave yourself tonight, okay? Oh. See, now you've got the attention of the dog. Amber, you can't have Bill. Bill's not for you. Bill's not your toy. Bill's not your toy. Yeah, Bill is my toy, okay? Okay, Bill's not for you. All right, good doggy. You behave yourself, okay? All right. And good evening, everyone. Welcome to another exciting Saturday Night Winestream and another exciting episode of Drink with Rick. I'm Rick. Tonight, well, we have a special event lined up for you. We're going to open a wine that is associated with a national day. And if you haven't guessed it already, well, I'll surprise you. Also, we're going to review a blackberry cider tonight. This should be very, very interesting. And, well, guess what? We have gummies. We're going to review gummies. Yes, we are going to do that. Plus, Star Wars trivia. A little Star Wars trivia question for you for tonight. And the usual dad jokes and whatever else we've got going on in the chats, because that's what the show is all about. Now, if you're joining me for the first time, or for the 241st time, this is Drink with Rick. It's a stream of consciousness kind of show, and I do have my show notes. They're right here, but we don't follow them verbatim, and I have a lot packed into the show. This is a jam-packed show, but you know what? We could veer right off the tracks and go wherever you want to go for the most part, because this show is not about me. It's somewhat about the wine and the cider and the gummies, whatever we're going to do on the show tonight. But the show is really about you and me getting together on a Saturday night, just kicking back, relaxing, forgetting about the worries of the day, just having a good time. You can join me in the chat live and just participate right there. You are part of the show. Now, we don't talk about politics. We don't talk about religion on the show. We talk about things that bring people together, as is much needed these days. And of course, wine does that. It does. It brings people together. It always has throughout the eons. So, get in the chats with me. If you want to join me live in the chats, let me show you where you can join me live. We are live everywhere we can be live. We are live on the Facebook page at facebook.com/drinkwithrick. Kick is kick.com/drinkwithrick. Odyssey is Odyssey at drinkwithrick : and the number 7. Rumble, we're on Rumble, and just type in Drink with Rick, and you'll get it up there. You'll get it right up there. Twitch, we're on Twitch, twitch.tv/drinkwithrick, and the number 1, all one word. And YouTube, youtube.com at Drink with Rick. And of course, if you can't watch now and you can't watch later, you can always go to the podcast. The podcast drops at 10 p.m. Eastern on Monday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern, and you can listen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Blueberry.com, podcastindex.org, TuneIn, Deezer Radio, through RSS, of course, because that's how podcasts are generally delivered. That's what makes them a podcast, by the way, folks. Or by email. Now, if you click on this by email button, go to drinkwithrick.com and go to the subscribe page right here to subscribe to the podcast, and click on that subscribe by email button, and you'll get this page somewhere. I didn't pull it up, did I? I thought I did. Well, let's click on it right now. Let's click on by email. You'll get this page, and you can just drop your email address in that little box right there where it says enter email. Click the little blue subscribe button, and you will get the latest episode of Drink with Rick, the podcast, as soon as it drops, and no salesman will call. And of course, just to let you know, we are live on the website. We are that was last week's show, but I can refresh it here, and you can see that we have, there we go, we're live right there. And if you go down below, you can, well, actually, if you click on the post for tonight's episode, you will get a comment box down below, and you can put in your comments in the comment box, and I will respond in kind. It won't be right away. It'll be after the show, but I will respond. So that's where you can reach me at Drink with Rick. And of course, you can buy me coffee if you want. Buy me a coffee or 2 or 3 or 5 or whatever to help support the show. It doesn't really pay the bills, but every little bit helps, and it is much, much appreciated. All right, so let's check the chats before we get any farther into the show. First order of business for the day, for the evening. Check the chats. Let's see who we have going on in the chats. Facebook is kind of quiet. I'm just going down the line. And the Island Hayes is in the chat on YouTube. And the Island Hayes says, "Hey, Rick, a little birdie told me to ask you about your podcast. So this is me asking." I'll tell you a little, right, as if you didn't know. And my lovely wife, she's in the chat. She says hello and right back at you. And I'm going to get to the rest of the comments there for Island Hayes as well. He has a few there. But let me go to Odyssey first. Odyssey, Jaycon's in the chat on Odyssey. And it's great to see you as always, Jaycon. Jaycon says, "I'll be drinking Art of Earth made with organic grapes from Argentina." Wow, that's yeah. I like a good Argentina wine. And organic grapes, that's another one. That's a winner right there. There you go. Art of Earth. I'm not familiar with that label, but I have to go look it up. Jaycon says, "Speaking of veering off, how's the future for ham radio look?" Oh, wow. I forgot to drop this in here, too. Don't mind. That's the future of ham radio, it's, that's a whole discussion right there. I tell you what, can I hold... Let me hold that thought, if I can, and I'll get right back to you on this as we start drinking the wine, because that's a good subject right there, the future of ham radio. Let me check on Rumble. We're good there. And Kick, I don't know how we are there, but we are there. We are. So let's get back to the rest of the chats. And my lovely wife, she says hello, and right back at you. And the Island Hayes says, "Are the gummies jazz gummies?" No, they are. They are a different kind of gummy tonight. So we're going to something I just found. I found it the other day, and I thought, well, this is weird. It's weird enough to try. So we're going to try on the show. I'm going to surprise you. I'm going to surprise you. She says hello. She's responding to this Island Hayes. Okay, so let's get into the wine for just a minute, and then I'll answer everybody's questions here, because I want to open this wine up. And there's a reason that I want to open this wine up, because if you haven't guessed it already, I don't know if anyone's checked Instagram or anything like that, but I did post a picture of it on Instagram. But I'm also going to show it right here. This is the wine that we're drinking tonight. It's called Hampton Water. Now, has anyone ever heard of Hampton Water? Anyone? Some folks might have, especially if you're a rock fan, if you like music, rock and pop music, you may be familiar with the name Hampton Water. And there's something behind this. And there's a reason that we're doing this tonight. Originally, we were going to be doing another, I was going to open another wine. It was a red Bordeaux, but I opted for this instead because of a national day. Did you know that today, let me go back to camera one again. Did you know that today is National Rosé Day? That's right, today is indeed National Rosé Day. How about that? Yeah. National Rosé Day. So, to celebrate National Rosé Day, we're going to have a rosé. And not just any rosé. This isn't just any rosé. This is... this rosé is is bottled by a musician. And I don't know if you can guess who it is just yet. I don't think I'm going to string this out all night. But this is actually a rosé bottled by none other than John Bon Jovi. Yes, folks, that John Bon Jovi. Yes, the same John Bon Jovi from Bon Jovi. So that's what we're going to try tonight. This is a different wine for a couple of reasons, and let me go ahead and read the front of it because this is very interesting. It says, it's actually a letter, I guess. It says, "Dearest friend, you have great taste. Your new favorite bottle to know is it's French." Wait a minute, am I reading this? I'm reading everything on the left-hand side, but it's going across. So let me try this again. Yeah, let me try it again. All right. So it says, let me see if I can get this straight. It says, "Dearest friend, you have great taste. You've just picked up your new favorite bottle of wine. All you have to know is it's French, it tastes best when it's cold, and you better buy an extra bottle because this stuff goes quick. We know the life of the party." Oh, excuse me, I did that again. "This stuff goes quick. We know it's going to make you the life of the party. Believe us, we've been there. Now go on, get to that dinner or party or beach or whatever. Just know that we got your back. Truly yours." And yeah, it's not signed, but we assume that it's signed by John Bon Jovi. Yes, folks, that John Bon Jovi. And here's the back of the wine. I'm going to read the back of the label here. It says, Hampton Water, Languedoc. Yes, this is a French wine. "This unique rosé is made primarily from the Grenache, 60%. Grape variety, blended with Saison, 15%, Mourvèdre, 15%, and Syrah, 10%. Actually, it's pronounced Mourvèdre, but, some people pronounce it Mourvèdre, some people pronounce it Mourvèdre, but it's actually supposed to be Mourvèdre, I believe. And Syrah, 10%. Traditional grapes of the French Mediterranean. I don't know if you can tell right there in the picture, those who can see it, but some of the stuff is starting to rub off. The wine is fresh and lively with distinctive minerality and a long-lasting finish, intensified by aging in French oak barrels. Its intense aromas of red fruit, citrus fruit, and spices make it another perfect companion to be shared among friends. This is, if you can read below that, bottled by Jesse Bon Jovi, Gerard Bertrand, and John Bon Jovi, and imported by U.S. Wine West, LLC, and that's in Sausalito, California. There is 13% ABV, and it is a product of France. And of course, this is a rosé. Oh, we got through that, didn't we? That was a long one to get through. Well, let's see what I missed in the chat because I was busy reading this one. Jacon says, "Never knew a man born in New Jersey could be qualified to bottle French wine." I know, isn't that the truth? Yes. I know. And let's see what we have. What else going on in the chats here? Okay. All right. And Island Hayes. By the way, Island Hayes and JCOM, before I go any farther into this, I just want to let you both know that your prizes have shipped out. They went out. They're going out USPS, and they're actually two separate shipments. I've got the wine bottle holder in one shipment, and the book, the cider tasting notebook, in a separate package. So you'll each be getting two packages, by the way. And I think the wine bottle holder will probably get to you first, each of you first, because I sent the books via book rate, and they said it was going to take longer, but you should get them. If you don't, let me know. Okay, so let me see how we're going to open this wine, because I don't know if you can tell here right up close, but this is different another way. Which camera am I looking at here? Let's go back. Let's go to camera 2. Okay, it's a little sharper there. Okay, this bottle is different in another way because it doesn't open with the traditional decorker that I have. So what I'm going to have to do, now there's some plastic, it's sealed with plastic on top, and there is a certain procedure for opening this. I have never opened one of these types of wines before, but we're going to, let me switch cameras again. We're going to open it now, if we can, hopefully we can. But I went to the website for Hampton Water. Hampton Water is hamptonwaterwine.com. You can go to see the website, and you can see the rosé. And they have some tasting notes on here. And according to the tasting notes, the wine is fresh and lively with soft notes of strawberry and citrus. A beautiful long finish is a result of its careful and meticulous aging in new French oak barrels. Now, they have some serving facts. We'll look through all that in a little bit. But the main thing I wanted to find out was, how in the world do you open this thing? Because I don't want to make a fool of myself. I mean, I make a fool of myself doing everything else. Why not? But I want to be suave and debonair at least one thing, and that's opening a bottle of wine. Since I've been doing it for a long, long time, for decades, I'd feel pretty foolish if I couldn't get this one open. So I went there, and on their page for the rosé here, the Hampton Water Rosé, there is a 2-step instruction. It's not a manual, it's a diagram, 2-step instruction manual on how to open this bottle. And according to this, and I'm reading off their website, step 1, place both your thumbs under the glass cap. Okay? And step 2, pop the top with your thumbs, then remove the cap. Enjoy. But wait a minute. Wait a minute. It's covered with plastic. So I don't think I'm going to be able to do that with the plastic seal. So we're missing a step here. What they probably should have said first was get rid of the plastic seal and then do this. And I don't have anything to get rid of the plastic seal with. I'm going to try I didn't bring a pocket knife with me or anything. We're going to try the foil cutter. That's not what this was designed for. But we'll give it a try. Whatever. And let's see if it works. Well, what do you know? It worked. It worked. Okay. I'm keeping this on the long shot, so you know what? Let me go close up so we can... there we go. So we can all see how badly I'm going to screw this up. Okay, step 1. Place both your thumbs under the glass cap. This is a glass cap? Dang, you better be careful with that. Okay, place both your thumb. The thing is, I just cut my fingernails, so I can't get it under there. Okay, pop the top with your thumbs. Okay, then remove the cap and enjoy. I'm not enjoying this so far. Oh, dang. Okay, let's see if we can. Okay. Place both your thumbs under the glass cap. All right. Pop the top with your thumbs, then remove the cap, and enjoy. I'm not enjoying this so far. All right, let's try this again. You know what I'm going to do? I don't know what I'm going to do. Any suggestions? Any suggestions in the chat? Let me give my fingernails a break before I break them all. Any suggestions in the chat on how to open this thing? Because the instructions they had on the website did not seem to work, at least not for me. Maybe this is for people with really long fingernails or something. It's just I guess I should not have cut my fingernails the other night. All right, let's try this again. Jaycon says Hampton Water sounds like there will be, what is it? Fluoride in it? Jaycon says use a traditional two-step wine opener to pry it. Well, I could. The problem is that this is a glass cap, and I could, at least that's what they say it is, and I could run the risk of fracturing. Well, look at that. I could run the risk of fracturing what's left of my fingernails. Okay, so we got it open. We did get it open, so I think we all deserve a round of applause for that. I think so. It's open. Ta-da. I don't have a ta-da, do I? No, I don't. Oh, yeah, I do, but I didn't program it in here. One of these days I'm going to do that. Excuse me, Bill. Let's get to this. Let's get to the drinking part. And then we'll answer everyone's questions in the chats and have a lot of fun, maybe. All right. Now, I've got my trusty aerator here, and it's in there. It's kind of loose, but it's in there. Not a whole lot of displacement, to be honest, and that's good, because a few times I've shoved it in there and had a big, I got wet with wine. All right, so we've got that in there, and then we've got the glass ready. Let's get the official Drink with Rick coaster ready. Got that to hold the glass, and to hold the grape nectar, I have my genuine Galway Irish crystal glass given to me by my employers at buy2wayradios.com, and we're going to pour a little bit of this into the glass. Just a little, maybe a little bit more. There we go. Enough to give it a good swirl. Well, that it has a nice complexion to it. Now, let me tell you about this wine a little bit before we go much farther. This is a 2018. It's a 2018 vintage. I'll tell you a little bit more about it in a moment, but let's get to the swirling part of it. And let's see, what do we do to swirl? Oh, yes, we need some good swirling music. And here we go. More cowbell is in order. More cowbell. Okay, got a good swirl going. I can smell aromas here. It's but let me set it to the side and let it breathe just a little bit. Now, I know it's not chilled now, but it was chilled when I took it out of my wine case. It has warmed up a bit, but it's still a little on the cool side. It's supposed to be chilled. It's a little on the cool side. I think it's still okay. I think it will be. So, I don't think John Bon Jovi will get upset with me if I don't drink it totally chilled. I don't think he's even watching this show. I don't think he cares. Who knows? He might. You never know who's watching this show, to be honest. Maybe he is. But he is, well, I guess we're about to find out if his wine is any good or not. All right, so I did some... Before I get back to the chats, let's learn a little bit more about this wine, because this should be very interesting. I did a lot of research on it, and here's how I acquired this. I purchased this wine from Winestore, winestore-online.com, our local one here in Blakeney, North Carolina. And at the time, I purchased it just before the pandemic. And so I had not really planned to open it for a little while. I was going to hold on to it for a bit and open it on a special occasion, like like this one, like National Rosé Day. However, when the pandemic hit, I just kept it in storage, and I thought, well, I'll just wait on it. But this is a 2018 vintage, and when I purchased it, I believe I purchased it in 2020, I think, or 2020. No, it was 2021, I believe. So maybe it was 2020, whatever, just before the pandemic hit, whenever that was. It's all kind of fuzzy now. So I purchased this wine, and it sat in my wine fridge for a long time. And I kept wanting to bring it out and try it out at some point. But then another part of me kept saying, no, keep it, because this wine was made by John Bon Jovi. Well, actually, it wasn't made by him. He bottled it. But, his name was on the wine. Now, I'm not a big Bon Jovi fan, okay? I'm just big. But I'm not a big Bon Jovi fan. But I do like their music. I do like some of their music. So, some of their classic stuff. Anyway, I digress. So what I did was I held on to it for a while, and I kept thinking, well, one of these days I've got to open this up. And then I actually had scheduled this wine back here, this La Pirouette. And then I was running around. I was actually on nationaldaycalendar.com's website, running around the internet, right? I was on their website pulling the national days for the show, and it said National Rosé Day. Now, how did I miss that? I've been looking for that. How did I miss it? So I said, well, okay, I'm going to push this other wine back, and we're going to open it tonight. So that's what we're doing. So this is what I found out online, and I've heard a few things about it. A lot of people said it was actually pretty decent. The people who sold it to me said it was very, very good wine. Of course, the people who sell you wines are going to say they're very good wines because they want to sell you the wines, right? Most of the time. Anyway, I don't remember exactly what I paid for it, but I think it was around the $20 mark, I think. So I went searching around online to find out a little bit more about the wine because I didn't really do a lot of research on it when I bought it even. Wine Searcher has it listed for the 2018 vintage. Now keep in mind, I bought this some years ago. So this wine's been sitting in my wine fridge for about 4 or 5 years. So the 2018 vintage of the Hampton Water Languedoc Rosé, it's going for an average price of $40 for a 750 milliliter bottle. I guess you can still get it at Vent Wine and Spirits Marketplace in DC. Get it for $30.95. This is all excluding sales tax, by the way. Saratoga Wine Exchange in New York, $39.15. They sell it by the case for $469.80. The Wine Connection in San Diego, California, $42.98. It's not getting any cheaper, folks. Westgarth Wines in California, $87.50. Yep, that's right. $87.50. So, yeah,
great.
That's pretty pricey. So I wonder if I should have not opened this bottle of wine, because apparently the more it matures in my wine fridge, the more it seems to be worth. Well, let's find out if it really is worth that much, okay? Because Cellar Trek had it listed for a 33 user reviews gave it a CT of 90, and I didn't read really any of these tasting notes or anything, so I really don't know what people think. But Vino gives it a 4.0 rating over 1,532 ratings on their website, so it must be pretty good. But they gave it an average price of $12.95 per bottle, but that was back in 2018. So I don't think that's changed much since then. But on their website, they said the grape blend, once again, 60% Grenache, 15% Sasson, 15% Mourvedre, and 10% Syrah. So that it's a blend. It's a blend. So let's get a little bit of a whiff. Before I do that, let me just check the chats one more time, see what's going on there. And she says, banging on the walls. Banging on the wall? No, I don't want to put a hole in the wall. We just repaired some holes in the wall, so I don't want to do that. Island Hay says, will the glass cap reseal the bottle, or is it a one-time deal? That's a good question. That's a very good question. You know what? Let's find out at the end of the show. When I cap this up, if there's any wine left. Well, who knows? There might be a lot. I don't know if it's any good or not. So Jaycon says, I just imagine John hand bottling every bottle in a hot warehouse while blasting Living on a Prayer. Jaycon says, use a traditional two-step wine opener to oh, I read that one. Okay. Well, it's a good thing we didn't have to once again. So everything else is quiet here for the time being. So let's go ahead. We have folks on Twitch watching the show. Jump in and say hi and tell me what you're drinking. And or what you're not drinking. It doesn't matter. You don't have to drink. Whatever you want to do. As long as you're watching with me, it's fine. Okay, so let's give this a taste. Or give it a whiff first, okay? And there is some light notes of strawberry. Now, there was a lot more fragrance in it when I first took it out. But maybe I need to swirl it around a little bit because some of that fragrance has kind of already hit the air. Strawberry and melon. That's what I'm smelling. Let's give it a taste, shall we? Wow. That is a really rich mix of flavors. Very interesting. I'm getting a lot in here. And I think this bottle is really matured. Wow, I wish I hadn't opened. It's probably going to be a $50 bottle of wine by the time the show's over. But it won't be worth anything because it's going to be gone. It's actually the first taste. It's very good. I'm surprised, actually. I to be honest, I really didn't know what to expect, and I couldn't say I was expecting much because, I mean, a lot of these wines that go on celebrity, that are promoted by celebrities or have celebrity names on the bottles, they're kind of hit and miss, and especially the red blends and stuff. To be fair, I haven't tried the 13 Crimes or some of the others that are out there. What's the one that I think, doesn't Snoop Dogg have one, and a few others that we tried a few of them. We tried the Childress Racing wines. I've reviewed that, and that's pretty decent wine. We've tried a few from celebrities and filmmakers and that sort of thing in the past, but this I wasn't expecting too much from it. But that first taste, wow! And I couldn't pick out everything, but there's definitely some strawberry and some melon in here, and a little bit of citrus as well. Oh. A little mix of a lot of things. A little lemon, strawberry, some melon, and there's maybe a hint of something else. I can't pick that up. What is that? It's crisp. This is kind of, but it's not crisp in a sharp way. It's kind of crisp in a lots of fresh flavors kind of way. Fresh flavors, but it's somewhat mellow in the sense that it has a lingering finish. It goes down with a fairly lingering finish, but it's and it's very dry. This is a very dry rosé, which is because some rosés are dry, some are a lot sweeter. And if you don't like the dry rosés, if you prefer the sweeter rosés, you might not like this wine. But for those who do like the dry wines, this is actually pretty good, and it's a pretty easy drinking wine. It goes down very smooth, and it's not. It's not rough or anything. It's very mellow, and I guess I would expect that a little bit on a wine that's been sitting in the wine fridge for 5 years. It's pretty mellow. I mean, mellow as far as is it's not sharp in the mouth or anything like that. It's not. It's somewhat acidic. It's not overly acidic, but it's not rough in the mouth at all. It's very fairly smooth. But there's just a lot going on here. A lot of different flavors happening in this wine, and I may be able to pick out some more as it opens up some more. But wow, this is I wasn't expecting this. Really wasn't. Really wasn't. I was expecting to be kind of like, okay, it's a rosé, but this turned out to be pretty good. I'm surprised. But once again, that's a 2018 vintage, and maybe it was just, it's just been, sitting there for a while and chilling. But that's so far so good. Let's check the chats one more time. And Island Hayes says, I think the Snoop Dogg one is 19 crimes. Yeah, it's 19 crimes. That's what it is. Or something like that. I think it is. I think you're right. It's 19 crimes, not 13 crimes. I guess they committed a few more crimes than I might have thought it had. If I remember correctly, it also features other famous criminals. Yeah, it does. It does. Snoop was one of them. And there were several others in there on the labels as well. Yeah, you're correct on that. That's what it is, 19 crimes. I haven't tried it, to be honest, not that I can recall. Unless it was served to me at a get-together and I didn't really know about it or something. Jaycon says, this Art Earth just made my first 5-star in the official Drink with Rick wine tasting notebook. Organic grapes are the way to go. Aren't they, though? I mean, and I don't know if these grapes are organic at all. I don't know. But I'll have to say that, yes, organic grapes are definitely a way to go. And that's really good. That's great. That's great review, Jake. This Art Earth, I'm gonna have to. Let me write this down because I'm gonna forget it if I don't. This art is sort of like This Island Earth, but it's This Art Earth. And for those who are not sci-fi fans, This Island Earth is an old sci-fi film, a classic, by the way, and one that I like. It's anyway. So we can talk about sci-fi trivia at some point here. Jaycon says Art of Earth from Argentina. Oh, okay. So it's not This Art of Earth. It's Art of Earth. Okay. Take out this. There we go. Thank you, Jaycon. Appreciate it. Let's see what else we got going on here in the chat. We are live everywhere. This is great. But I do have some potentially disconcerting news. If you're on Facebook, and I'm going to relay that in just a little bit, but let's not spoil the fun right now. Let's go ahead and get into the pairing. I don't know if what I have to pair it with will do this justice, to be honest. I don't know. We'll try. We'll try. Okay, so what we have on camera 3. This is what we have on camera 3 to pair it with. Now, here's the thing about rosés and about these kind of French rosés with these blends. I'm not sure how it's going to work with this one, but in a lot of the blends, it's recommended to serve these with a fish dinner or veggies or salads or all of the above. If you want to do that, if you want to have a nice 3 or 4 course meal, this is not really a red meat kind of wine. it's not really a kind of wine for like barbecue or things like that. It's really more for a lighter fare like that, and some lighter chicken dishes and things, and for salads. Now, this is what I have to pair it with. Disconcerting. Hi, Ed. Oh, and my good friend Ed is in the chat, by the way. Let's break out of here for just a minute. It's good to see you tonight, Ed. It's great. I hope you're doing well. How are you doing this evening? And I have a book coming for you too very soon, and maybe a couple of other items too. And let's see. Where was I? I lost my train of thought. Ran off the rails. When it gets in the chats, it's like, wow, Ed is here. And you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to do the where are my buttons here? There we go. Some applause for Ed. Thank you for being here, my good friend. As always, and I hope you're doing much better than you have been the last few weeks. Hope you have a speedy recovery. So, anyway, so where was I? Oh yes, camera 3. So this is what we have to yeah, there is a little bit of potentially disconcerting news for those watching on Facebook, and I'll get into that in a little bit. So stick around. Let's see. Okay, let me pull this plate off here because I can't pick the first item. We have some rice. We have some rice and chicken and rice with some veggies in it, and this should work pretty well with it. I don't know. It might. We'll find out. But I'm going to have to pull the plate off of here for just a minute, and we'll have to give it. Now this is very cold because, as always, they're leftovers, and there are always leftovers. What can I say? This is indeed cold, but it's good. I love these, and this. My mom told me never to talk with my mouth full. That's right. She told me never to talk with my mouth full. No. Sorry, Mom. And this is really good. It's from Trader Joe's. There it goes with the wine. You know, it was kind of strange, but it wasn't bad. It was okay. I don't know. Yeah, it's okay. It's all right. It pairs okay. Let me clear the palate for this minute. We'll try a few other items here. And let's try it with. Now I could go back to camera 3 and I'll put this back over here for a minute so you can see it. We have some broccoli there in the corner. So let me pull this away and we'll go back to camera. I need to go to camera 1, why not? And we'll try it with the broccoli. Kind of limp broccoli. This broccoli's seen better meals. Now I should go good with broccoli, right? You would think. Actually, that works very well with the broccoli. The broccoli had the taste of the broccoli itself wasn't really all that strong, but when I put the wine into the mix with all of its different mix of flavors, it really brought out the broccoli flavor, the flavor of the broccoli itself. So I kind of like this. This actually works really well with the broccoli. And I'm not a big fan of broccoli, but hey, well, why not? It's good. It worked well with the wine. I'm going to clear the palate again. All right, we're going to try it. Now, we've got a couple other things here we can try it with. And let me show you what's on camera 3. We have this. This is a radish salad. Now, I told you about, that this probably go good with salad. So this is a radish salad, and it's Chi's own recipe from my lovely wife, Chi. And I love this stuff. It's great. I didn't really have much. There was a lot left over at dinner because I didn't eat a whole lot. I didn't really eat any of it during dinner because I was trying to save a little bit for the show. And let's have a little bit here on the fork, and this should be really, really good. As good as always. Chi did a great job on it. And I love radishes. And Chi, maybe you can tell everyone what's in this radish salad. I know there's radish and tomato, something else in here, you know. It might be broccoli in this one. Let's try it with wine. Okay, that was interesting. I mean, there's a little bit of this is kind of tart, and the radish salad's a little bit on the tart side. I think she has a little bit of vinegar or something in there, a little vinaigrette in there. But it works okay with it. It's not bad at all. It's actually pretty good. It works out. I like it. It's tart and it's tangy. It has its tang to it. It works with the wine. Let me clear the palate one more time. And we'll go back to camera 3 for one more, and then we'll go back to the chats for more chatting. And here it is on camera 3. We're going to try it with some watermelon. I'm going to cut just a little piece of this watermelon off. I don't want to take too big of a bite. I have a tendency to kind of, if it's really watery, it'll catch me a little bit. So let's go back here to camera 1. Juicy watermelon, by the way. I have a feeling that this watermelon is going to go very well with this wine, and vice versa. Yeah, it does. Mixes very well with all of the other flavors in this wine. This watermelon just kind of blends right in and matches up really well. So I think it does really well with the watermelon. I like it. I like it. I'll give this 2 thumbs up on this one. That's a switch from last week's wine, isn't it? The one from last week. Yeah, this one actually works out pretty well. So I like this so far. Back to the chats here. Ed says, in a rehab for my fracture. And Ed, how long did they say you were going to be in the rehab? They said it was going to be for a very, very long extended time, or fairly short. Hopefully it's not going to be too long of a time. So, okay, let me go back to chat here. The Island Hay says, have you considered a tasting notebook that focuses on the pairings? Well, that's kind of what the wine tasting notebook should do. Doesn't focus on the pairings per se, just on the pairings and nothing else. But that's what the tasting notes page is for on the other side. On the other side, that's where you put all your tasting notes and what it pairs with, and so you have a whole page there on that second page for the notes. And for those of you who are not familiar with what's going on, let me see if I can. I have the cider tasting notebook right here, but it's basically set up the same way. So you have, for each page, you have the first one set up with basically all the notes about how the cider, or in Jacon's case, the wine, you fill out all that information there, and then the second page on the back gives you a whole page for individual tasting notes for pairings and things. So you really have, I think there's some pairing notes you can put on the first page, but the second page is where you get really, really detailed. The second page is to get really detailed on everything and give the full thoughts on it, everything that and as it opens up, as the wine opens up, you can add more to those notes. But that's what that's really for. Let's see. We're going on Rumble. Okay, we're going on Rumble and Kick. I don't know. We're going to do about Kick. All right. But before we get to the national days, actually, let's go right into the national days, so we can go into the other stuff in just a minute, because we've got a lot to cover. And I still have that thought about your questions here, guys. Let's see. The ham radio one is one that we can talk about a little bit. Where was I? Oh, yes, the national days. All right, so I guess it's time to toast the national days, because we have a lot of national days to toast. We got, well, not a lot, but just let's get it toasting the national days. All right. So today, what's today? Oh, it's today for another hour and 3 minutes. This is Saturday, June, what is it? June something or other. June 8th, 2024. And by the way, these are all courtesy of nationaldaycalendar.com. Nationaldaycalendar.com is Marlo Anderson's site. He is the CEO and the curator of all these national days. And Marlo, if you're watching now, he knows I'm doing this. If you're watching now, we need a drink with Rick Day. National drink. No, we don't. We don't really need a drink with Rick Day, but that would be kind of fun if you have an available day for it. It doesn't matter, but if there is an available day, if it's a Saturday, that would be fine. Saturday night. All right, so national days. Today is, where was my my photos? Okay. Today is National Dragonfly Day. That's right, folks. It is National Dragonfly Day, if you can believe that. National Dragonfly Day. So that occurs on the 8th, or it's the second Saturday in June. So this would be the second Saturday in June this weekend. So that makes it National Dragonfly Day. I like dragonflies. They're cool. They're fun to watch. So here's a National Dragonfly Day. Drink to that. Our dog likes to try to chase him. She likes to try to chase everything. She's just snapping at him, trying to catch him in her mouth. We've had the cicadas flying around for the last few weeks, and she's, every time we go outside, she tries to snap at them and catch them in her mouth, and then she finds out they don't really taste very good at all, so she spits them out, and she's like, ugh. And then she forgets all about it, because the next time we take her outside, she's chasing them down again. So that's our dog. So today is also National Outlet Shopping Day. All day today, which I think all the outlets are closed now, but it is National Outlet Shopping Day. I'll drink to that. Why not? My wife likes to go shopping at the outlet malls. Never was a big fan of it, but National Outlet Shopping Day. Also, today is, and of course, we knew this already. We knew it already, but today is National Rosé Day. That's right. Today is National Rosé Day. All day until the end of the day, which is coming up in about an hour, a little less than an hour.
Oh, yeah.
But it's National Rosé Day. So let's give a healthy round of applause for, if I can find my applause here, for, I lost my applause. What do I do with it? There we go. National Rosé Day. I'm using my applause a lot lately. Here's to National Rosé Day. I will drink to that. Oh, yeah. This is good rosé, by the way. It's National Rosé Day. There's another photo of rosé. A rosé wine against a Doesn't the wine in this photo, there's a photo of a glass of rosé against a backdrop of a cityscape with the sunset coming through. Now, normally I would say, oh, what a nice picture, but something about that city in the background just kind of looks drab. I'm sorry, but I could think of better backgrounds, maybe just the sunset without the cityscape behind it. I think it's just kind of drab looking to me. That's just me. Anyway, once again, here is to National Rosé Day. I will drink to that. Again. And let's see, what else is today? Today is National Upsy Daisy Day. Let me tell you about Upsy Daisy Day. Sounds cute. I guess it is. National Upsy Daisy Day, and this is coming from the website of nationaldaycalendar.com. Each year on June 8th, we celebrate National Upsy Daisy Day. This fun day is set aside to encourage everyone to face the day positively and to get up gloriously, gratefully, and gleefully each morning. Each day is a gift. If we remember that as we rise each morning, it will help us carry a good attitude throughout the day, whatever the day may bring us. Life is full of challenges and bumps in the road. It's our attitude that helps us over the bumps to help us get through the challenges, to move onward with a smile. And you know what? I really want to drink to that because I think that's a really good philosophy. Thank you, Marlo. That came from the National Day website, nationaldaycalendar.com website, by the way. So here is to National Upsy Daisy. Here, let me try that again. Wait a minute. Frick to clip. Take two. Here is to National Upsy Daisy Day. I will drink to that. National Upsy Daisy Day. It's also National Name Your Poison Day. That's right, it is National Name Your Poison Day. I had to look this one up. I did. But apparently National Name Your Poison Day has to do with, it's the phrase, name your poison, like what you prefer. Make your choice, what you prefer to have or to do or to whatever. And that's National Name Your Poison Day. It's not actually taking poison or anything. It's name what you like to do. Name. National Name Your Poison Day. What? Okay. It's also National Best Friends Day. Today is National Best Friends Day.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I will definitely drink to that. National Best Friends Day. Well, let's do June 9th because that's going to be a national day. It's going to be June 9th in about 55 minutes, according to my clock. And that's in Eastern time, by the way, Eastern Daylight Time. June 9th is Children's Day. That's the second Sunday in June is Children's Day. Children have their own day. So you have Mother's Day, Father's Day, Grandparents' Day, and you got Children's Day. There you go. And even the dog has a day. I think so does the cat, too. Although we don't have one. National Children's Day. It's also National Earl Day, June 9th. June 9th is National Earl Day. Now let me explain this one. This comes from nationaldaycalendar.com. Each year on June 9th, we celebrate National Earl Day. Do we really? To honor those legends named Earl. Yeah. While the name is becoming uncommon these days, those who have the privilege of being named Earl deserve a shout on today. All right, whatever. Okay, so that's a. There was a TV show. I think it was on Fox some years ago. Was it on Fox? I think it was. Maybe it wasn't. Yeah. Called My Name is Earl. Those of you who watch the show, you're familiar with it. I never really got into the show. I saw a few scenes from it, from a few episodes. It was interesting. I never really got into it myself. They canceled it, I think. I think on a cliffhanger, if I recall. But here's to National Earl Day for all those named Earl. I'll drink to that. Okay, we've got one more national day. Today, Ed, you could appreciate this one. And I was a fan of this cartoon character. National Donald Duck Day. That's right. Today is National Donald Duck Day.
Oh, yeah.
Did you believe that? Well, Mickey Mouse can have his own day. I guess Donald can too. But when I was a kid, a lot of kids, their favorite characters were like Mickey Mouse, right? Disney characters, I guess. Your favorite Disney character. Because my favorite characters were really the Warners. Bugs Bunny and Yosemite Sam, and actually I like Bugs and Foghorn Leghorn better, but those are Warner characters. We're talking Disney characters. When I was a kid, my favorite Disney character wasn't Mickey. It was Donald. Donald, I thought he was the funniest, and probably partially because how his bad attitude always got him into trouble, and also because, in Chip and Dale, later on, Chip and Dale would always get the best of him, and sometimes his nephews. So, I don't like Donald Duck. So, here's the Donald Duck Day. National Donald Duck Day. Okay, I'll drink to that. Why not? Apparently, June 9th commemorates the birthday. That was the birthday, is when Donald Duck was created. Commemorates the birthday of the funny anime cartoon character known as Donald Duck. I'm reading this off National Day Calendar site, as I often do. Making his first screen debut on June 9th, 1934, in The Wise Little Hen. Donald Duck has become an iconic symbol in animation and in homes alike. And you know what? I remember that cartoon. It was actually a pretty good cartoon. Here's to National Donald Duck Day. I'll drink to that. All right. And with that, I think that'll do it for the national days. No, I think that'll do it for the national days. Once again, this is what we're drinking. We are drinking the Hampton Water Languedoc. This is a French wine made from 60% Grenache, 15% Sassaw, 15% Mourvedre, and 10% Syrah. And it says it's intense aromas of red fruit, citrus fruit, and spices, and maybe a little bit of spice in there. I'm getting a little bit of spice now, and it is aged in French oak barrels. And I wouldn't say it's intense. It's mellowed out a lot because the 2018 vintage, which is what I had, what I have now. I will say that originally it was probably pretty intense. Now it's mellowed out quite a bit because it's been sitting in my wine fridge for 5 years. So, it's another one of those cases where I buy a wine and it's $40 when I buy. Well, this wasn't $40 when I bought it. It was only like it was less than 20, but it's worth about 50, 40 or 50, I guess. So, and apparently, depending where you buy it, it can be 80. So, I've done that before. Where I purchased a wine that wasn't wasn't that expensive, and then I held on to it for a long time. Then when I finally drank it, it was like, by the time I drank it, it was like, whoa, this is an expensive wine now. I should have just kept holding on to it, I guess. Oh well. So, it's my life. What can I say? Okay, I don't know how many people are going to get this. But by the way, this wine is bottled. I don't think it was grown or vented, but it was bottled by John Bon Jovi. That Bon Jovi. So it says for the duration, however long that is. So in other words, he's going to be in rehab for a while. for the duration, however long that is. So far, I've been on a wheelchair one day and twice on a walker, both with lots of supervision and help. Yeah, but the thing is, at least you're getting around a little bit, and it sounds like you're making some progress. Not like you're confined to bed all the time, which is a great. I think that's a good. That's a great step forward. Okay, it's a great step forward. That was not an unintentional one. Okay, so that was. Sometimes my puns are intentional, sometimes not. I did that one on an episode of a two-way radio show podcast. The past one that just went out, and I think I did that there, and I was talking about I forgot what the reference was, but I was making reference to something, and I did like three puns in the course of two sentences that were all completely unintentional. And then I went back later and I was watching, and I was like, oh, that's actually kind of funny. And I didn't mean to be. It just kind of turned out that way. But Ed, it does sound like you're making some progress, some great progress, and that's good. It's not like you're stuck in bed all the time. You are getting around a little bit, and that's a good thing. And wow, I hope that continues, that you continue to make great progress, and you are back on your feet again, all the time. I really wish the best for you there, my friend. Let's see. I don't want to miss anyone else in the chat, but Ion Hayes says, it's been surprisingly quiet as far as cicadas go in my area. I've heard of places that are getting 90 decibel readings. You know what? Yeah, we've had that here. The first week in the cicadas here, I think they, about every 8 years, I think is when we get ours here. About every 8 or 9 years is when they wake up, and it's just they're everywhere. They're in the trees and everywhere, and it's just a huge roar, and it's really wild. It's for 2 or 3 weeks. It's just you can't really hear much of anything else. Now we have a highway that runs near our house, and normally we can hear all the cars on the highway, but the cicadas kind of drown a lot of that out. Over the course. But yeah, so the cicadas, it depends on where you are and the type of cicadas you have, because there are different varieties of them. And the ones that we have, it's like every 8 or 9 years they come out and just make a lot of noise for about 3 weeks, and then just kind of slowly dies out, and then they're gone. Jaycon says, so how's the future of ham radio? I'm going to get to that. On this day in 1789, James Madison introduces a proposed Bill of Rights in the U.S. House of Representatives. Really, I missed that, but James Madison introduced the proposed Bill of Rights in the U.S. House of Representatives on this day, June 8th, 1789. I'll take your word for that. I'll tell you what, let's drink to that, because I'm all for that. They introduced the Bill of Rights. Thank you, James Madison. Here's to James Madison and the Bill of Rights. I'll drink to that. Definitely. Let's see, what else we got going on here? Okay, we're good, I think. So, I'll get to the ham radio here in just a few minutes, because we can talk about that. But I don't want to bore everyone else who really isn't into ham radio. But let's. We've got the blackberry crumble cider, and we have the bacon and eggs gummy candy to try out as well. But the first thing I want to cover is this. This is very important, and Ed is probably going to find this of particular interest. Just before I started my stream tonight, and this is important for everyone to know, not just those who are on Facebook, for everyone, because you are part of the show, once again. And I don't hide things from you as far as what's going on behind the scenes on the show. Okay, I don't do that. I do this presentation, I put a show on, that sort of thing, but But I pull back the curtains a lot and say, hey, here's what's going on. Here's how it's happening. This is how it's working. Because you're part of the show, right? So this is what's going on. When I was preparing for the show tonight, and this is what I do. I stream to 6 different platforms right now, as you know. Stream to Facebook, YouTube, Kick, Twitch, Rumble, and Odyssey. I do that because, and I know some, and look, I know that some folks maybe have a little bit of an issue with a couple of these platforms. And I understand. And once again, we don't get political here or anything like that. And it has nothing to do with any of that. It has to do with trying to extend the reach of this show as far as we can on as many platforms as we can. Because here's how it works, is that if you're just on one platform or 2 platforms, 1 or 2, if something happens and something happens to that platform, or something happens to their show, or that they decide that we don't like this show, or there are issues or whatever, and they cut you off, you've just lost your only avenue to do your show. So, and also because the platforms, the different platforms, they kind of control that output. So if you're streaming to as many platforms as you can, everywhere that you can, then you're going to be found somewhere. In other words, if something happens to it, let's say, for instance, that a platform just goes down for the night because they have some sort of issue. They could get hacked, or maybe there's some kind of outage in most areas, and you can't watch the show on that platform for a while because of some kind of outage, some mishap, something occurred. Well, you can pick it up somewhere else. You can't, you're not restricted to that one spot. You can say, oh, I can't watch it here, but I can watch it over here. And that's the whole point of my multi-streaming, is to get it out and grow the audience, and getting out into as many places as possible. So that's why I do this. And I stream, and I use a system called Caster. They're different companies, streaming, multi-stream apps and companies that will do this for you. But I use one called Caster, and they've been pretty good. But tonight, when I was setting up the stream, I got a flash notice from Caster that was warning me about some changes that Facebook was about to make, and I captured it, and I'm going to read it to you. If I can find out what I did with it. It's right here. Okay, so this is coming from Caster now, and I did get a notification from Facebook a while back of some changes they were making, but I didn't really pay much attention to it because I figured, they're always making some kind of changes. But from Caster, it says this: some new requirements for streaming to Facebook effective June 10th, 2024, and that's 2 days from now, almost 1 day from now, if you, once we hit the Sunday here. Starting June 10th, 2024, Facebook will implement new requirements that Facebook accounts and business pages must meet before an account can stream live on Facebook. The new requirements are: the Facebook accounts must be at least 60 days old. Well, that's not a problem for me because I've been streaming on Facebook for over 6 years now, for about 6 years. So that's fine. The second one is the one that's a little bit disconcerting. The Facebook pages or professional mode profiles must have at least 100 followers. If your account/page does not meet this requirement after June 10th, 2024, you will encounter an error in Caster when attempting to stream to Facebook. Please note that these restrictions are set directly by Facebook, and unfortunately there's no way around it from Caster. Thank you for your understanding and for taking the necessary steps to adhere to these new requirements. Now, I do have I have a few hundred friends on Facebook. I don't think that's really an issue per se. But the Drink with Rick page, I'm not sure that meets that requirement just yet. I really don't know. And I'm not asking for everybody to follow me. And you can do that if you want, by the way. And you're supposed to do that, I guess, as a streamer. It's one of those unwritten rules or requirements that say, hey, you got to tell everybody that watches you to like and follow and subscribe and, everywhere they're watching. Yeah, and absolutely, you can do that. It's fine. For a while I was doing that. I was asking people, hey, if you like the show, like and follow, subscribe and all that stuff. But, ding the bell and all that kind of stuff. But it was never something that I really... that I really harped on too much, because the way I figure it is, if you like the show, you're going to do that anyway. Well, other YouTubers who are professional YouTubers that know how to grow their audiences on YouTube say, hey, you know what? 90% of people that watch you never subscribe. 90% of the people that watch you on Facebook never hit the like button and never follow you and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's kind of true. I mean, there are so many YouTubers and I watch a lot of YouTube videos, and yeah, to be honest, most of them I don't subscribe or follow. I'm just passively watching them. Yeah, it does support. It does make me feel better. Yeah, it does help when you follow and like and subscribe. So if you can, yeah, do that. Like, follow, subscribe, ding the bell, whatever it is, on any of these platforms is great. But you know what? I'm not going to beg for those kind of things, because I figure that, well, if you really like the show, you will, and if you don't, or if it's not that big of a deal to you, and there are some situations where you can't. There's some situations where, like for instance, if you're watching on a TV. Now, there have been some of my shows. There have been people who watch them in groups, families, or whatever. Sometimes in a sports bar or something like that, and they can't do that. It's just, you just can't do that. It's on a TV. They're watching on a big TV somewhere. Somehow. And they can't do that sort of thing. It's not feasible, and that's perfectly understandable. So that's why I don't harp on it all that much. The way I figure it is, it's the engagement. It's the engagement in the chats and the comments that I get. I get some great comments, some really nice, kind comments from everyone. That's what counts. To me, that's what really counts more than the subscriber number and all that kind of things, because to me some of that's a little bit overrated. YouTube pushes that. Rumble, I don't know, I don't think they push it that much, but some of the other, Facebook, they do. Some people look at, oh well, they only get, this guy only gets 100, 200 likes or subscribers or whatever, so he must not be a big YouTuber, a big person on Twitch or anything like that. There was a time when that probably meant a lot more. I don't think these days it does, to be honest. I really don't think it does. And the fact is, you never really know who's watching you. So, there you go. But I just want to put that out there and let everybody know that I don't know if this is really going to affect us at all. It may not affect this stream at all for Facebook. It might not. So Ed, I'm just saying that it may not make any difference at all, and it might just be business as usual, pretty much. I'll be setting up the stream next week, and you'll see me just fine or whatever. I don't know. To be honest, I really don't know, because it's kind of uncharted territory here. So I'm just giving you a heads up that if I don't show up on Facebook next week, that's probably not of my own accord. It's because, it's Facebook. And to be honest, Facebook has always been a little problematic. It really has. So there's just one more thing. Facebook already mutes my show after it runs, after the live stream ends. They mute the show because they claim that the music that I use on the show has been. I've been on this camera so long. Let's go switch cameras here. They claim that the music on the show is owned. It's copyrighted music, and it's not. It's basically Creative Commons music, and all the music I use on the show is either it comes from one of two sources. It's either one, it comes from Kevin MacLeod, and I've purchased, even though I can use it, it's fine. I've purchased licenses for him anyway, just because I want to support Kevin, and I want to support him and what he's doing, because he's done some great things for folks as far as providing music for them, and you can see at the beginning of the show, it's I pay for the licenses anyway, even though I don't have to, because I do give him credit. He says as long as you give him credit, it can be used. But I give him credit and I buy the licenses. So I'm covered in both fronts. And the other type of music that I use is music that we created. Created by Brother Rancid, the Brand New Pygmies, also known as Jim Chamberlain, and in some cases myself. So it's homegrown music. It's not anything copyrighted. And in certain circumstances, because Ed provided some music for one of the films that we did, and playing the flute, as a matter of fact. So thank you, Ed, by the way. So I don't use copyright music. That's why so far, I don't know if you've been catching it, but so far, I could have been playing a lot of Bon Jovi music, but instead of doing that, I have been subtly inserting song titles. I don't know if you've noticed that, but one or two. But look, let me put it this way. If we don't show up on Facebook next week, if this is our last stream on Facebook, if it is, and I'm not saying it is, because it probably is going to be okay. It's probably not. But if it is, we're going out in a blaze of glory. I'm just saying. Tell you what, this stuff sure is bad medicine, isn't it? Okay. I tell you what, though, if Facebook does take me off Facebook for a while, if they do take the show off, it's not like I'm going to be shot through the heart or something, because should I stop doing that now? Okay. Anyway, just keep the faith. Just keep the faith. That's all I'm saying. And where were we? Okay, let's go back to chats again. Everybody got quiet all of a sudden. Okay, so Ed has another. Hey, we got something else to celebrate, folks. We have something else to celebrate. Let me get my celebration thing in order here, because I don't have that ready. I wasn't expecting that. We have one more celebration. Okay, and besides the fact that that's actually a white wine. What can I say? But it's rosé. It's National Rosé Day, by the way, folks, and I will drink to that again. Actually, it looks about the same color, doesn't it? And pretty close. A little pinker. So, Ed says that Monday is his birthday, June 10th. June 10th is his birthday. So, I would like to say to Ed, I would like to say to you, my friend, happy, happy birthday, and may you have many, 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 many more. And I had a birthday song, but I had to replace it with roadkill bell noises because, unfortunately, I got flagged by Facebook for playing the birthday song a few episodes back, even though it's public domain. So this is a prime example of what I'm talking about. Even though it's public domain, I still got flagged for playing the birthday song, not once, not twice, but several times during the show. Once I think it was unintentional. Anyway, once again, my good friend Ed, happy, happy birthday, and may you have many, 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 many more. To Ed. Ed says, I have a great tool that is like a stirrup on a stick with a handle on the other end. I use it to move my leg more than I can with my leg. So you're using that. I think I've seen that type of tool before. That you have it, you kind of lift it on your leg, and then you use it to pick your leg up with your hand, basically, right? The stirrup. I think I've seen something like that before. Wow. So let's see. Let me check the other chats here for just a moment. And we're still streaming on Kick. I'll be honest, I don't know much longer I'll be streaming on Kick, because I have heard that Twitter, or X, excuse me, it's no longer Twitter, it's X, that apparently those from other podcasters and streamers that have been doing this on Twitter, that their audience has picked up quite a bit on X by streaming there. Apparently, folks are streaming and watching streamers on X now quite a bit. It's picked up a lot. So I'm considering it. I don't know if I can only take 6 streams concurrently right now. That's the most I can afford. Barely afford that, but that's the most I can afford. So if we don't have any issues with Facebook, then we'll keep streaming on Facebook. If it turns out that we can't stream on Facebook for a while, or if Kick, maybe if Kick isn't doing anything else, because Kick isn't really doing anything right now. I don't think I get any engagement on Kick right now. One viewer. That viewer might be me. I don't know, because I'm monitoring it. So that might be me that's viewing it for all I know. I don't know, because nobody gets in Kick except for the occasional troller spammer. And my son, Tom Antua, has advised me, look, Kick, I wouldn't stream on Kick. And I'm like, well, why not? And he says, well, because it's just not, it's not a very reputable platform. And even though a lot of Twitch users have moved, there are some that have, not a lot, but some that have moved to Kick because of issues they had with Twitch. Even so, apparently it's not. And Kick is owned by, I believe it's primarily a gambling site. And there's a lot of stuff on Kick that's just not family friendly. And you are judged by the company you keep. So if maybe I should just drop Kick and go to X. I don't know. What do you think? I'm going to pull everybody here and ask, what do you think? Should I drop Kick and just move to X? Now, I'm going to have to pay $8 a month to stream on X, formerly Twitter. But since you're part of the show, your opinion counts. I value your opinion on this. And do you think maybe I should stay on Kick? Or should I move to X and just drop Kick? There's another one for me. Should I drop Kick? The unintentional dad jokes just keep coming, right? I love dad jokes. I love puns, especially when they're unintentional. Jacon says, I think you should move to X either way. I'm going to take that under advisement, Jaycon. I think I value your opinion on that, and that's one vote for X. Tom Antio also said that. He said that it was probably advisable to go X instead of, and just drop kick altogether. I know the first time is funny. The second time it's just dumb, right? So Island Hayes said, oh, I read that already. Okay. No, I didn't read that. Oh, yes, I have. Okay. And Ed says, good thing I don't have a dog because this leash is mine. I didn't have a reaction ready for that. I was late on that. Sorry, Ed. My reaction time goes that I need a producer. That's what I need, and because I'm doing all my own switching, as you all know. So anyway, so Jaycon says I should move to X and drop and okay, we'll get rid of kick and move to X, right? That's what Jaycon says. Try it that way. And what does everybody else think? What do you think? You think I should do that? Once again, let me know what you think, and you can email me rick@savoymedia.com later. Email me at rick@savoymedia.com and let me know. Because I value your opinion and I appreciate it. So I think we're all caught up in the chats, right? Yeah, we are caught up in the chats. Okay, you know what it's time for because it's getting late. It's getting later every minute, and that's no joke. It's time to do this. It's time to try the cider. We have a cider to try tonight, folks. We're going to try the cider, and let me show you what the cider is that we have, if I can find out what I did with it. Here it is. This is a cider that we have tonight. It's called Blackberry Crumble, and I did not chill it because you generally really don't want to chill the ciders too much. I know some people say, oh, chill the ciders, but you don't really want to do that too much. But this is called Blackberry Crumble. This is the small batch series. In the small batch series, and there's a photo on the side. I didn't get that, but on the side of it says, "Imagine Grandma's blackberry crumble. Now imagine that recipe baked in a can." Wow. Does that include the metal? I don't know. Baked in a can. I don't want it to taste metallic. This semi-sweet pastry, let me try that again. This semi-sweet pastry cider, there's a tongue twister for you. This semi-sweet pastry cider is loaded with blackberry and vanilla, notes of caramel, and finishes with a touch of cinnamon. So I can read the ingredients here. The ingredients are cider, which is fermented apple juice, not from concentrate. They let you know that. In parentheses, apple juice not from concentrate, blackberry juice from concentrate, cinnamon, and vanilla. Okay, so the apple juice isn't from the concentrate. The fermented apple juice is not from concentrate, but the blackberry juice is from a concentrate, and there is cinnamon and vanilla, and I don't know if that's from concentrate or not because they don't say. There is 6.5% ABV in this can. And this is a 16 fluid ounce can. And it says blackberry crumble, blackberry vanilla, and cinnamon cider. So that's what we have there. Now, I think, I said the wine. I was so taken by this wine. I've been drinking this wine, and I almost forgot about the cider. And it's getting late. So let's go ahead and try the cider, because I promised I would. And we do have one more other thing to try. But let's go ahead and try the cider. Wow. This is, let me get a close-up on this. There we are. All right, so let's pour a little bit of cider in this fresh glass Wow, look at that. That is... Now, for those of you, I'm going to... Let me fill it up with that. Let's just fill it up. That has a nice healthy fizz to it for a cider. Fizzy cider. Now, if we all open up our official Drink with Rick cider tasting notebooks, which actually you can, if you want, you can purchase from Amazon for $8.99, as you can with the wine tasting notebook and the beer tasting notebooks. All of them you can do that. But I give them away on the show, so if you're watching the show now, you don't necessarily have to go out and buy one. I mean, they're there if you want to, and that's that supports it. And please leave a review if you purchase one. Please leave a review and let me know what you think of it. It'd be much appreciated. But you don't have to do that, okay? Because if you're watching the show now live, you can get one. You can win one. I will pick out winners in the chats. And that's a good reason for those of you watching on Twitch, because there are those of you watching on Twitch right now and the other platforms that are not in the chats. Jump in the chat and say hi, because I tell you what, when you jump in for the first time, those are the ones, this is the dirty little secret about the show. Yeah, every show has its dirty little secret, right? And that's the dirty little secret about this show. If you are watching live right now on the live show, and you jump in the chats and say hi, you don't have to get, just say hi, how you doing, or let me know what you're drinking or whatever. Even you don't have to be drinking anything. You can be snacking on something. You can be, just saying how things are going. Engage with me. And generally what happens is you get one of these. I pick you out of there. I say, hi, how you doing? And would you like one of these? And then all you have to do at that point is just send me a valid shipping address to rick@cidermedia.com, and I'll send you one of these absolutely free. How about that? So now you know the dirty little secret about this show. It's all about engagement, folks. That's what it's about. It's about getting in the chats and being part of the show. That's what this is about. That's the key to winning the prizes on the show. Believe it or not. Jaycon says, blackberry crumble, maybe one could add the cider to an actual blackberry crumble. Well, there's an idea. That's that's not a bad idea at all. Could try that. Maybe I should get some blackberry crumble and add the cider to it. That would be pretty cool. I could go for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could. All right, what else do we have going on here in the chats? Ed says it's a leash I use to make my leg heal and hopefully heal. I see what you did there, Ed. I see what you did there, and that gets. I don't. Yeah, we'll laugh at that. Yeah. So, anyway, I don't have enough buttons on this thing. I really don't. I need a producer. All right, so we've got this poured. I don't know much about this other than what I read off the can for the blackberry crumble. And once again, this is the blackberry crumble, or a photo. There's a photo of it right here. Blackberry crumble. So we're going to try this right now. Give it a whiff. Wow, it smells very berry. I'm not sure if that's blackberry, but it smells kind of sweet. It smells a little bit like, yeah. It does kind of smell like a blackberry pie. Let's give it a taste. Wow, I think we have. Wow, it does. You know what's really weird about this? I wouldn't say it's weird, but it's very surprising to me about this. And when it goes down, it first goes down, I don't taste any apple in this. That's the thing. This is an apple cider. It does not taste like apple cider. It tastes like a blackberry pie. It does. It really does. Wow. And when it's first going down, it tastes like blackberry with a little bit of almost like a graham cracker crust kind of thing to it. But then there's this aftertaste as it goes down, and it has a finish to it that really comes up with a mix of blackberry and kind of a graham cracker crust. This is amazing. I'm impressed with it. I didn't know what to expect. Just like the wine, I didn't know what to expect. And you know what? I've had some ciders that they say, okay, it's gonna, and beers too, by the way, where it says, it tastes like this. It tastes like a lemon meringue, or not meringue, but a lemon. Or it tastes like this, or it tastes like that, and it really doesn't taste like that at all. And we've reviewed a few on the show in the past that didn't really have that taste to it. The coffees, the Maud's coffees, that is one where the Maud's coffees, we've reviewed 3 of them on the show so far, and we're going to review one more next week, by the way. We're actually going to do a comparison next week with one of these Maud's coffees with a different coffee of the same taste. I'm giving you a preview now. But the Maud's coffees, we did one with the rum. We did one with the, what was the one we did last week? But I remember the one we did the first time, and I'd forgotten about it when we were talking about it last week. I forgot what the first one was. The first one was banana. Did not taste like banana. The rum did not taste like rum, and I had to put some rum in it to get it to taste like rum. And then the caramel, the one that was supposed to be the salted caramel, that didn't taste like salted caramel either. So I had to put some salted caramel whiskey in there to get it to taste like salted caramel. And then it did. But and I've had some drinks that were like that, where they say, it tastes like this, and it tastes like something else entirely, or it doesn't taste like anything. This hit the mark. This does taste like a blackberry crumble. Like a blackberry pie, if you will, of some sort. This is very good. I like this. And blackberry's not my favorite flavor. I like blackberries. I like to eat blackberries when I can. I can't do them so much anymore because they got little tiny seeds in them. But I like those kind of berry flavors. This is really good. I like this. Blackberry crumble. And I'll tell you where I got it from. I got it from Trader Joe's, and I didn't get the price on it here, but I got the receipt here. Is this the one? Maybe this isn't the one. Okay, this is for the gummies. I got a Trader Joe's receipt somewhere around here. That's not it. Is this it? No, that's not it. Is it really? No, this is for something else. I don't know what this is for. This is for... Oh, okay. It's not for that. Let's see. I know I've got one here. Let me go through the receipts. There's this receipt. There's a Trader Joe's receipt. What is this for? Sprinkle on occasion, peanut butter cups. I ate the peanut butter cups. No, this is not for this one either. But I don't have the peanut butter cups anymore, so I can't. Let's see. I know. Okay, here it is. Red Clay. It's made by a company called Red Clay Crumble Cider. And I paid for this 14-ounce can of crumble cider, I paid $4. $4. Now that's a bit pricey, because I only bought one of them. Yeah, I only bought one. And it was $4, and I thought at the time that, wow, this is kind of pricey. I'm taking a chance, but I was doing it for the show. And you know what, though? This is worth $3.99 or $4. It's worth $4. It's $4 even is what it had on the. This is good. Now, for those of you who saw the cider review from a few weeks back for the strawberry crate cider, and I have the empty can of it down here somewhere, I have some sad news to report. I ordered a couple more 6-packs of that because I really like the strawberry. It got a great review. I like the strawberry crate cider so much that I wanted to go out and get some more. Unfortunately, I went back to Trader Joe's, and they told me that it was, apparently it's a seasonal item. They have not been able to get any more of it. So if you're looking for it, if you can get it, if you have a Trader Joe's in your area and it's still there, I would say go, and if you like cider and you like strawberries, I would say go get it now while you can, because it probably isn't going to last long. We haven't been able to get it back here. So maybe it's done for the season. I guess strawberry season's over, I suppose. So that might be it for the strawberry cider, strawberry crate cider that we reviewed a few weeks ago, which is disappointing because my son didn't get to try it, and I was going to buy a 6-pack for him because I liked it so much. He didn't get a chance to try it. But this, I would say, I don't know if this is seasonal or not, and I don't know how long it's going to be there. But if you got $4, because they will sell it to you by the can. You can buy it in 4 6-pack or whatever they sell it in. It varies. I think they sell that one. They sell this one a 4-pack, I think, maybe, or a 6-pack, one of the two. Anyway, they will sell it to you in a single if you ask for it. I would say if you like blackberry crumble, if you like blackberry pie, if you like cider, I would say, and you know what? Once you get your Drink with Rick Cider Tasting Notebook, those of you who have one, get this notebook, put your notes in it, exchange your notes with me. I tell you what, I don't know about you, but I really like this cider. This is really, really good. So I give it 2 thumbs up. I have to get both thumbs up there for this blackberry cider. This is really good. And here's the thing, is that ciders, the apple taste, it kind of depends. I have to be in the mood to drink something with apple in it, have an apple taste. And it's okay, but not my favorite flavor. So if it's really, really too strong in the apple, and I like intense flavors when it comes to some of these fruits, and if it's not if the apple flavor overpowers the other flavors in it, I don't really care for it too much personally. That's just me. That's just my own personal taste. And yours may differ. If you love apple, some of those apple ciders, that's going to be your favorite. But if for me, because I'm really tasting the apple in here so much, what I'm really tasting is the blackberry. And not just the blackberry, but I'm getting this awesome taste of like a graham cracker type of crust, or a little bit of crust, like a crumble. And this is really, really good. I enjoy it, so I highly recommend this. I can't really rave about it enough. This is really good. If you have a Trader Joe's in your area, go get one. If you like cider. Now, if you don't like any of that stuff, you don't like blackberry or cider or anything like that, I can't help you there. But if you do, this is good stuff. So I highly recommend it. So that's one that's going in my book as a winner, definitely. So we have one more thing to try out here because it's getting late, folks. Yeah, it's 5.9% ABV too. How about that? The cider, that is. We have one more thing to try, folks, and this one is really, really interesting. Because, of course, as you know, a few weeks back, I did a review. More or less, I kind of looked at some gummies that were out there, some really strange gummies. Jaycon says, by the way, blackberry crumble, maybe one could add the cider to an actual blackberry. Oh, you read that. Okay. Jaycon says 33. I'm not sure what that means. Can you elaborate on that? 33. I missed something there. I'm sorry. This stuff's starting to kick in. The combination of the really good wine and the really good blackberry crumble cider, this is starting to kick in a little bit. So let's change gears just a little bit before we close the show because it's getting pretty late. I have one more thing to check out, and I waited too long for this. Where is it? I don't know what I did with it, to be honest. It's down here somewhere. We've got to find it again. All right, so what I did was, I think I did, is that a food art? No, that's not it. We did the cider, we did the blackberry crumble. Okay, we did it. I lost my image here on this. No, that's not it either. There it is. Okay, we found it. For those of you who are listening to the podcast later, never mind. Don't worry about it. Okay, so I was at Trader Joe's, as I often go there. I was at Trader Joe's, and I stumbled across. I did a double take when I saw this because at first I thought, well, it was on the shelf. It's on the bottom shelf of all places. I don't know if they were trying to hide it or what, but I saw this and I thought, well. When I first saw it, I didn't really know what I was looking at, and then I did a double take, and I said, wait a minute. Gummy candies. But not just any gummy candies. We're talking about bacon and eggs sweet gummy candies. And this is, bacon and eggs shaped. It says bacon and eggs shaped sweet gummy candies, and from Trader Joe's, no less. So this, I'm holding this in my hand. I'm going to read the ingredients of this. I mean, Trader Joe's, we can trust Trader Joe's, right? They're not going to send us to too much garbage and put too much junk in the candies, right? Really? So. You eat one of these and you're living on a prayer, right? I tell you what, you count up all of the references to Bon Jovi songs by the end of the show. If you can give me all of the references, can we? I did promise a Star Wars trivia thing, right? Let's do the Star Wars trivia first. Star Wars trivia. Okay, this is quick. Let's make this one quick. If I can find out what I did with it. Okay. Here's the Star Wars trivia for tonight. Star Wars trivia for tonight. With a drum roll, please. Star Wars trivia. Which movie contains the line, I have a bad feeling about this? Which movie contains the line, I have a bad feeling about this? And I'm gonna poll everyone in the chats here. This is an easy one. I'm picking the easy ones. I'm not trying to give you anything overly complicated. You don't have to be a Star Wars fan. If you are, that's all the better. But you don't have to be a Star Wars fan. If you're a Star Wars fan, you're probably rolling your eyes about now, like, oh, these things are ridiculously easy. But not everybody is a Star Wars fan. But there are a lot of them out there. So if you know the answer to this one. Which movie contains the line, I have a bad feeling about this? Jaycon's got it already. And yeah, Jaycon, I haven't forgotten about the ham radio stuff. I have not. Oh, ham radio code 33. Got it. Jaycon says, let me see if anyone else has got it yet. Does anyone else have it yet? Okay, I'll give you another chance on it. Which movie contains the line, I have a bad feeling about this? Okay, I'll give you a few more seconds, and then I'll throw up the answer. Ed, you know the answer? I'm sure you would know the answer. Ed is a master of trivia. Let me tell you something. He is a master of trivia. You are, Ed. Don't sell yourself short on that. You are. And Jaycon's got it already. Actually, he sort of has it already. You can pick any movie. Which movie contains the line, "I have a bad feeling about this"? Jaycon sort of has it already. He's got part of it. Got part of it. Anybody else know? Alan Hayes? Anyone else? She's not asleep. I'll give you a few more seconds. Which Star Wars movie? You know, when we're talking about Star Wars trivia, when we say which movie, we're talking about Star Wars films, okay? Which movie, or I should say which Star Wars movie, contains the line, "I have a bad feeling about this"? This is, in a way, this is kind of a trick question, I guess. Yeah, it could be. It could be a trick question. Alan Hayes says Return of the Jedi. Okay. And Jaycon also says Return of the Jedi. That's very interesting. These are very interesting. This is a very interesting answer from both of you. It's the same one, Return of the Jedi. Close. Ed, what do you say? Which movie contains the line, "I have a bad feeling about this"? Anybody venture to guess? Okay, I'm gonna throw up the answer here in about. Well, I'm not gonna throw it up. I'm gonna put it up. Throw it up sounds like I've been drinking too much and it's getting to my stomach. Yeah, let's. Anyway. Okay. All right, here you go. Here's the answer. Which movie contains the line, "I have a bad feeling about this"? The answer is all of them. Yes, all of them. All of the Star Wars movies. This is a running, I wouldn't say it's a running joke, it's a running gag in all of the Star Wars movies. It was in the original one in Episode 4. First, I believe it was... I'm trying to think if it was actually Han Solo that said in Episode 4. I don't remember actually who said it in Episode 4. But in every Star Wars film, a different character said it. But it was said in every Star Wars film. As a matter of fact, I think somebody said it in the Mandalorian and also in some of the other offshoots of the Star Wars film. Someone said it was like a long-running gag in all of the Star Wars films. So that line has, if you watch every Star Wars film, it's an iconic line that show up. It's sort of like it's the same sort of thing that where they have in the MCU and the Marvel cinematic universe, where they throw in some cameo of actually that's not the first time that's been done. Come to think of it, other people have done that, or other filmmakers have done that too. Alfred Hitchcock was known for doing that. Doing cameos in every single film. You'd look for a cameo of Alfred Hitchcock doing a walk-on. Could have been in the foreground or as an extra or somewhere in the background. He'd like show up in one of his films. In every one of his films, he did that. So there are a few directors, a few filmmakers that did that. Anyway, so in the Marvel universe, it was Stan Lee. That was kind of a running joke with Stan Lee. Who's creator of all these Marvel characters, would show up somewhere, in there, in every one of them, of the films. But this is sort of thing where that line would show up in the Star Wars film. I have a bad feeling of this would show up in every one of those films. So there you go. That's our Star Wars trivia for tonight. I'll see if I can find one for next week as well. Keep the Star Wars trivia going. Okay, anyway, back to this. We'll wrap this up real quick. If I can find my picture again. Is that it? There it is. Bacon and eggs, sweet gummy candies. So we're going to open this. Let me read this in the back. Let me ingredients here. Ingredients: glucose syrup, corn and wheat, sugar, modified potato starch, modified food starch, modified pea starch. Okay, it's not. It's PEA starch, okay? Before you get any ideas. PEA starch, not PEE starch. Modified pea starch, modified tapioca starch, citric acid, acidulant, natural flavors, potato protein, fruit and vegetable juice for color, glazing agent, which could be sunflower oil, carnauba wax, citric acid as an acidifier, non-fat milk powder. This contains milk, wheat, and may contain coconut. May contain coconut. I don't know about that one. May contain coconut. I don't know. Coconut. Not my favorite flavor. Although I do tolerate certain things. All right, let's open up this bag of. Let me get close up here. Oh, let's open up this bag. Oh, I guess I'll just kind of rip it open. Is there a little notch somewhere I can just? Well, I guess it just opens up. How about that? Well, it just opens all the way up. My goodness, this is some weird stuff. Okay, so it looks weird. I'm gonna set. Okay. I gotta do this. All right, let me slide this over to the side and put it on camera 3. Okay. It looks like bacon and egg gummies. It's. Where am I? What camera am I on? Let me put it on this camera. They look like bacon and egg gummies. Yeah, bacon and egg gummies. Fried egg, I guess. Bacon. Oh, goodness, this is ridiculous. Gummy. I wonder what they taste. I don't think they taste like bacon and egg. Let me put this up on camera 3. It's bacon and egg gummies. Okay, so we're gonna try one. It's got a lot of stuff in it. Okay, let's try the bacon first and see what it tastes like. I love gummies, by the way, but that has chewy, and it's really sticking to my teeth. It doesn't taste like bacon. It tastes like strawberry. Yeah, it tastes like strawberry. It kind of tastes like a Twizzler, but not as intense. If you've ever had a Twizzler, and if you haven't, it tastes like strawberry. All right, let's try the egg. That looks so weird. It does. It just looks weird. This tastes like I'm not sure what it tastes like. It doesn't really taste like anything. Orange. Little hint of orange. And little hint of coconut. Yeah. The coconut's starting to come out. So I'm assuming, wow. I'm assuming this red thing, let me put it up on this other camera. I'm assuming this red thing, it's red and almost clear, translucent, is strawberry. And I guess what this is, the yolk of the egg is orange, and the white of the egg is coconut. I think that's what's going on here. It's a gummy. And these stick to the teeth pretty much. So there you go. That's the final review of the oh my, bacon and eggs. I'm serious. Bacon and egg gummies. I'm serious. That's sticking to my teeth. Okay, now I don't know why that popped up. It did. Just never mind. All right, so let me give you the final review of everything. Did we cover everything in this show? I don't know. I don't remember where we are here. I lost my notes. Here they are. So, I think we did, right? Star Wars trivia, final review of the. Oh, we can do the final review of the wine and the cider. Let me check the chat one more time. Okay, here we are. Okay, it looks like we're good everywhere. Jaycon says, glad to hang out for the evening. Cheers, and cheers right back at you, Jaycon. Appreciate it. All right, so here's our final review of the wine. This is what we were drinking tonight, and what I'll probably go back to drinking before the night is over myself. Actually, I should save some of this for Chi and my daughter Tia to try. This is pretty good. The Hampton Water, I'm surprised how good this is. Of course, this is the 2018 vintage, and it sat in my wine fridge for 5 years maturing. So I don't know if you get a current vintage of it. I don't know if it's going to taste the same. But this is a mix. It's a blend of Grenache, 60% Grenache, 15% Sasson, 15% Mourvedre, and 10% Syrah. And it is really, really good. A lot of there's a lot of fruit in here. Some citrus, some melon. I was getting that, and it's actually fairly smooth at this point because the vintage that I had, an older vintage, I paid about under $20 for it, as I recall. It's been a while, but I think that's what I paid for it. It was very good. I wasn't expecting it to be that good, but it really was. And if you can find the 2018 vintage, any of that left, it's probably worth it. I wouldn't pay $50 for it, $40 for it, but I would certainly pay about 20 to 30. I think it's that good. If you can find it for $20 to $30, I think that's a pretty good buy for this wine. If you like a rosé, and it paired pretty well with most of what was on this. Here, if I can find out where my camera 3 is. No, it's not the gummies. Goodness. It paired pretty much. It paired really well with the broccoli, and it paired fairly well with the radish salad, my wife's recipe, and was really good, blended in just right with the watermelon. The watermelon was it was just a natural blend with the watermelon. I really liked all of that. Now, as far as the blackberry crumble cider, wow, that was also another winner. The cider was really, really good. This is the blackberry crumble cider, and this was at Trader Joe's, and it's $4 a can, but I think it's well worth it if you like cider, and if you like blackberry crumble, like a dessert, like a pie or something, you'll really like this. You'll probably like this a lot, and I do. I like it very much. I'm going to see if I can find some more of this. Hopefully they still have it at Trader Joe's when I go back there. Such was not the case with the last cider we tried, but hopefully it'll work with this one. So, yeah, recommend both of those. The gummies, that was a novelty item. Don't take that too seriously. It's weird. Anyway, that's the show for tonight. I want to thank everybody for being with me here tonight. I want to thank Jaycon for being here in the chats, and for This Island Hayes, and for my lovely wife Chi, and for my good friend Ed. And I hope you continue to do well, Ed. And look for a package from me soon. All of you look for packages from me soon. They should be arriving sometime within this next week. I've sent them out, so they're on their way. Ed, yours I'm holding back a little bit because I'm adding a couple more items to it. But anyway, thank you everyone for joining me, and those who are watching everywhere. Thank you for joining in and watching. I really, really appreciate each and every one of you, and I mean that. And because I mean that so much, I want to bring out one more celebrity. He is our resident mascot for Drink with Rick on the Saturday Night Winestream, and he is none other than Roadkill Bill. Yes, the inimitable, the chewed up, the inebriated Roadkill Bill, because he's got his official Drink with Rick wine there, as he's holding. You like this stuff, don't you, Bill? Okay, well, and Bill has a very special message for all of us. And that message is, please do not drink and drive. Drink in the comfort of your home, your apartment, your hotel room, your dwelling, wherever you are. Don't drink and drive. Don't go out. Just stay put. If you have to go somewhere, call an Uber, call a Lyft, call a cab, call a friend you can trust who hasn't been drinking, someone you can trust and to give the keys to, and let them drive you home. Otherwise, just stay where you are. Don't put yourself or others at risk. And please don't text and drive either, because that's also very, very dangerous. Because I want you to have a great week. But most of all, I want you to have a safe week. So you can join me here again next week on the Saturday Night Winestream, and we can all get together and drink with Rick. Good night.